practiced yin before? Oh, a lot of you. Good. First time? Good. Some classes? You have no idea you have practiced yin? Good. Okay, awesome. So usually it's quite common to think the yin is to relax. It's not. Yin is to stress your tissues in a different way. So I'm going to be talking and guiding you through that. Nevertheless, you will experience some relaxation maybe after, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe not. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. So find a comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you. I'm very happy to see you, to have you in a different way, closing your eyes. Just allowing this moment to pause and to let go. At the end, yin is the art of letting go. Yin tries to go to that original way of practicing asanas in a steady, calm, quiet place, holding poses for longer than we are used to. Just surrendering to the pose, observing, analyzing, allowing things to be. In yin, there's no aim, there's no where to go. We are using the asanas to enter the body and not the other way around. So take these moments to acknowledge your presence, to appreciate what you are, what you have, what you do, what you can. To feel grateful for that. Letting go of expectations, letting go of should, can't, don't. Letting go of expectations. Don't worry about what is happening next to you. Just take this practice to go inwards, to appreciate the moments of silence that we will have throughout the practice. The biggest challenge in the practice of yin is time. We will be in a stillness for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not going to keep you for too long. You can keep your eyes closed throughout the practice, observing, acknowledging, and letting go. Take a few moments to check in with your body, how you feel, with your feet, your legs, your glutes against the floor, your hands heavy on your knees, your shoulders resting softly, your face soft and relaxed, and just having a natural breathing. We don't engage in any particular style of breathing. We keep a quiet, intimate, personal breathing that just keep our rhythm, trying to have the same length for the inhalation and for the exhalation. Gently and softly, we're going to blink our eyes open. And we're going to drop our right ear on the right shoulder and extending your left arm, using your right hand on top of your head without actively pressing down. Just allow the hand to be heavy on your head, closing the eyes. We will be in this stretch for about 2 minutes. I time all the poses. And one of the things that we need to cultivate is letting go of that idea of going, pushing, pulling, deepening, and softening. That's what we want. Softening the neck, the head, keeping that hand as light as possible. Just giving the pressure that is needed for the left side of your neck to lengthen. Today we will do a stretch. They will go head to toes. For the next minute, you can decide to be exactly as you are, or you can start facing down, moving your head a little bit more to the back of your head to stretch another part of your neck. So either you stay where you are, or you just look down. And whatever you choose to be, commit to stillness. Observing. Without judging, without labeling as good, bad, just observing. Pausing from all the active, dynamic practices that we have been doing, that we are used to do. And very gently, we're going to move out of the poses slower than you think you should move. We're going to start bringing the neck back, the head back to the center, resting the hands on your knees and pausing. We will do the other side. So dropping your left ear over the left shoulder, bringing your left arm on top, walking your right hand as far as it will go, and closing your eyes. Observing if this side feels different than the previous one. And observing how your mind starts feeling in the practice of yin. For some of you, it's a well-known practice. For others, maybe it's a new way to move. Just embrace the challenge, embrace the unknown. Perhaps you will gather some information about you, your beliefs, your ways. You can stay exactly as you are, or you can gaze down, softening the stretch in the lateral side, moving more to a diagonal part of the neck. As usual, as any other practice, own your practice. Be responsible for every modification that I invite you to explore. See what suits you. Choose what feels effective. And then stay there for the period of time that we are in the pose. A few more seconds. And very softly, releasing, coming back to the center and stopping there. For the next pose, we have options how to be seated. You can come to sit as I am. So we are stressing the knees, the ankles, the toes. If you want to be more supported, you can grab the bolster and sit on it. We're gonna be working on the shoulders. So maybe for some of us, or maybe for one side, I know that I need the strap in one side, I don't need it for the other side. So have it with you in case you have it. We're gonna come into a pose that is called archer arms, or in a more dynamic styles is Gomukhasana arms. So we're gonna have the right hand on top, the left hand under, I'm mirroring, and we're gonna try to grab our fingers behind you. This is the side that I need the strap. I'm just going to place myself so you can see. If you need the strap, grab it before you move into the pose, grabbing the strap like this. Try to avoid that the arms are not pushing your head forward. Your head is not pushing your arms back. It's just a mild engagement of everybody, closing your eyes. Once you have found either your fingers or the strap, I will walk around if you need help with these props. If at any moment you need to understand something better, ask me a question, please let me know. I will come to you. Otherwise, stay quietly in stillness. Yes. I'm going to bring you another one so you can be higher. See how that feels. Better. Good. There will be a point in the pose when you feel like, okay, I want to get out of here. Just give it a few more seconds. We have only 30 seconds to go. Let's try to stay in that space of discomfort. Yin is, I would say, that is the style of yoga that brings a lot of discomfort in the body and in the mind. And that's okay. Only 10 seconds to go. I know some shoulders are already asking for the release. So very softly, mindfully, gingerly, slow motion like, release the arms. Rest your hands on your thighs and observe. See what you feel. And we start moving to the other side. So we're going to bring this time the right hand under, the left hand, right? The other side, yes. And the left hand on top. Or just do the opposite. Maybe you will need a strap for this side. Maybe you won't. As I said, I need it for one side. I don't need it for the other one. So use it, or if you need it for both, please. 2 minutes in this pose. And try to find that spot where the posture is not too much, is not too little, is just right. It's not about being easy or painful. It's about being effective. Targeting, stressing different parts of the body in a more passive way, which means we're trying to use the muscles as little as possible. The role is to take the stress that we apply to our body. They are the first ones to come and to take whatever stress we're applying to the body. In this case, we want the muscles to take some of that stress and leave the rest for deeper connective tissues, coming into joints, ligaments, tendons. So that's why we want the muscles around the area that we're working to be as relaxed, as soft as possible. And it takes time for that stress to travel deeper and deeper. Only 15 seconds more to go here. Mindfully, start letting go the fingers, bringing the arms down to your thighs, closing your eyes and pause. In Yin, we're moving in slow motion. No big movements, no fast movements. Gently opening your eyes, we're gonna come to a pose that we know, puppy pose. So for this, we don't need props. I will give you modifications. So we're gonna find your tabletop, keeping your hips on top of your knees. We're gonna walk the hands all the way to the front. Options to practice this pose, we have the asymmetrical version, which is a little bit more accessible, which means we're gonna flex the right elbow and bring the forehead on that forearm. Otherwise, you can do the symmetrical version where both hands are in front and you drop your head, your chest down to the floor. We will be here for only 2 minutes. If you decide to go with the asymmetrical version, I will let you know when to change the arm. Trying to keep the elbows off the floor. So we move that stress from the fingers to the elbows, to the shoulders. Feeling the gravity pulling you closer and closer to the floor with time. You don't have to do anything. Just surrender. Let go. Feel your body heavy, soft, melting down. This pose is a very complete pose that we practice because we stress from the fingers all the way to the knees, maybe the toes. It's a back bend. If you are practicing the asymmetrical version, this is the time to change your arms. So extend the right arm, flexing the left elbow and resting your forehead there. If you are in the symmetrical version where both hands are doing the same, just stay there for 1 more minute. Unless we feel pain, we welcome the discomfort. You are compressing, you are lengthening, you are stretching. So depending on what is happening in your joints, for some of us, it may be a little bit discomfort there. And wherever you are, carefully start walking your hands back to bring it to tabletop. Pausing for a moment and observe. See, no need to move anything just now. We're gonna turn the toes and start moving our hips down to our heels, coming to a nice, yummy toe stretch. The class is called head to toe, so we have to go to the toes. Closing your eyes. Just 1 minute. I won't take you there for 3 minutes, I promise. Close the eyes and try to embrace that sensation in the toes. It's an area that we normally neglect. Stretching the fascia of the toes, the soles of the feet. If for whatever reason you want a less intense stimulus, you can place your hands on the floor to release the hips and stay there, but keep the toes on the floor. You can stay where you are, or if you want a little more, you can bring your hands behind your feet. leaning back on the floor. Hands on the floor. Yes. So choose whatever feels good. Deeper and too much is not necessarily always all right. But this is like a buffet. I give you options. You choose what you want, what you need. Only a few more seconds. Stay in stillness, just 10 seconds. Breathe. And softly, wherever you are, start walking your hands to the front. Undo your toes and stay in stillness. No need to tap. It's a quite common, not a good habit, especially in vinyasa classes, to do the toe stretch, turn the toes, and start tapping like if there was no tomorrow. We don't want to go from yin to yang so quickly, so hard. Just rest on the dorsal of your feet. That's enough. Awesome. From that tabletop that you are right now, we're gonna do a threading the needle. So we will walk the hands again forward, but this time you're gonna bring your right arm in between the left, pausing, placing your right shoulder on the mat. You can walk your left hand forward. You can keep your left elbow off the floor, or you can rest it on the floor. We are targeting there the posterior part of your shoulder. So the left elbow can be on the floor, off the floor, whatever serves the right shoulder to get what it needs. Feeling the weight of your upper back pressing the shoulder, whether the shoulder meets the floor or not. Using these moments of silence to go inwards. If you find your mind wandering around, just go back to the sound of your breath. Finding your way of scanning your body, maybe checking in how your body is feeling at this moment. Only a few more moments in this side. And very gently, we will start undoing the pose, supporting yourself, coming back to tabletop. Tabletop, pausing in tabletop. Good. Pause there. We take time to get in and to get out and to transition to the other side. We're going to start moving the right arm forward, bringing the left arm in between. Yes. Same. You can decide to keep the elbow off the mat, on the mat. Acknowledging that not necessarily both sides are same. carefully, slow, start undoing the pose. Pausing in tabletop. And resting now your hips on your heels. For the next pose, maybe you would like to have the bolster. So have it, if you're gonna use it, we're gonna do half saddle, which is the internal rotation of the right hip, extending the left leg behind. So options for this pose. So we do the internal rotation, having your right foot next to your hip. This is half saddle. Your left leg is soft and relaxed. Options to stay up here. This is perfectly okay. Options to move your knee out as much as you need. I know this is not a comfortable position for many of us. Options to go back into your hands and stay here. You can go back down to your elbows, or you can go all the way down onto the floor or onto the mat, onto the bolster. If you're using the bolster, make sure that your upper back and your head are on the bolster. I will walk around in case you need any support. Feel how you feel in these first moments of the pose. You always have the options to move your knee out or in, depending on what serves you. You can also bend the left knee and keep the left soles of your foot on the floor. That will lessen the stress. You can maybe do that, but stay up. Don't go back, no go down. So let's see. So try to send this foot back. See how you feel. You can open it. There you go. And you can stay up there. How do you feel? Is that okay? You can open your knee as wide as you can go. Is that better? Good. This is good. I'm walking around in case you need to change, to understand something. Otherwise, your left leg is soft. The toes are dropping in whatever direction your body feels them natural. Carefully, we're gonna bring the torso up. So use your hands to support your body. We will leave the right leg exactly as it is to come to the other pose. So we will flex now the left knee, placing the foot very close to this knee, and we're going to twist to the left. So we're gonna come into deer pose. So options for deer, you can twist and stay up here. Option to go all the way down to the floor, maybe in the front, without a prop. In yin, we don't need much props. We prop when it's more restorative, so you can go all the way down to the floor. Or if you want to do it more restorative, you can place the bolster next to you and rest your chest. Usually, I like to practice it like this. So you can keep your right ear on the bolster or the left. It depends of... No. One sit bone is going to come off the floor. Yes. Yeah. The idea is to twist. If you're using the bolster, it's a more restorative way of practicing this twist. So the bolster is to rest your chest and your head. So you can actually surrender to the bolster if you're using it. If not, just allow the torso to be relaxed and soft on the floor. Where do I supposed to feel it? Because I don't feel the stretch. So you don't have to feel the stretch, it's a twist. Yeah, but now your legs, I feel them. Can you make them more? You know, there you go. This one like this. Don't go so far. You can go down. Yeah. So it's a twist that is coming all the way from here to here. Yeah. You're good? A few more seconds before we release and let go of deer pose. Very gently start moving your torso back to the center. Without undoing the legs yet, pause. And slowly release one leg, then the other one to the front. Pause. Before moving to the other side. So we're gonna do half saddle on the left leg. So maybe you will need the bolster behind you, maybe not. So bring your left knee, flex the left knee, bring your left foot outside of your hip. Again, your knee, it depends on how much flexibility and mobility we have in the internal rotation. You can move it out, you can move it in, going either staying here, option 1, option 2, on your hands, option 3, forearms, option 4, down to the floor, down to the bolster. Choose the variation that works. For this side, the left foot can be flexed, or you can be on the dorsal of that foot, pressing the toes against the floor. The right leg can be, the right knee can be in extension, or you can actually flex the knee and plant the foot on the floor. That will lessen the stress that we're feeling on the left leg. Hands are soft, whether you have them on the floor, they are relaxed. Right leg is soft. Everything is melting down. How are you doing? Good. Do you want to stay? Thank you. Do you want to stay? Use every moment that you are in a pose just to allow yourself to be, to connect, to embrace, to observe, to let everything that is arising just to be, knowing that everything in this life just goes by. Nothing stays. Good or bad, everything goes away. So we're going to prepare to transition to the other pose. So helping yourself to come back to seated position. if you were down on the floor. So we will do deer pose. So what we want to do with deer is kind of you want to have like a 4-shape position. So bringing your right foot on top of your left knee, and then we're going to shift our body to the right side. So the left bum is going to come off the floor, finding your way to the floor or to the bolster. You want to continue with that spiral sensation in your spine. You can place your left ear on the bolster. If you don't want to go all the way up, you can have your right ear on the bolster or on the floor. 2 minutes in deer pose. All these poses that I'm guiding you is about how you feel. From the outside, everybody looks completely different. If that works for you, that is the pose for you. Not necessarily feeling too much, too deep, for too long is where you're supposed to feel. A lot of things are shifting. A lot of things are being compressed, stretched, moved. Things that you will never even notice it in a physical way. And using this space of doing nothing but being. That's the luxury nowadays. Stopping to do nada, nothing. Softly, slowly, slower, slow. Start coming out of the pose. Pausing. And then undoing the legs. For the last pose before Savasana, we all want to have the bolster. We're going to do a supported fish pose. So your legs are in a diamond shape. It doesn't have to be too close. It's totally up to you. The closer your feet to your groin, the greater the stress. The bolster is horizontal, so we will land the thoracic spine here, the line of the bra. Your shoulders and your head will be going down to the floor. Let's see how it goes. So use your hands to come down, having just the line of the bra, the thoracic spine on the bolster, letting go the head. The head will go to the floor. The hands can be to the level of the shoulders. So that will help you to open up the chest. Or you can rest your hands on your belly. Choose the variation that works for your chest, for your body. See how close or how far away you want to have your feet. I cannot tell you. You decide that. See how you want to have your arms. In any position that works for the anterior part of your spine, your neck, we're opening all that area of our chest, our neck, our spine that we tend to close a lot, spending time on the screen, on the phone. So we want to give space to that part of your chest, your torso. With every second that passes by, observe how your body starts feeling heavier softer, surrendering to the props, to the mat, letting go, releasing, softening. From this supported fish pose, we will transition to Savasana. So options for to release the pose first. So you can use your hands to close your knees. You can roll to the right side so you don't smash your classmate. Just enough to remove the bolster. If you want to use the bolster for Shavasana, I find it very useful to have it underneath your knees. That will change the position of your spine. So maybe you want to try that. Maybe you don't want to try that, which is fine. Finding your way to Shavasana, opening your legs as wide as they want to go, letting go your shoulders, softening your arms, your hands. If you feel the need to cover your body, we don't have mosquitoes today. It worked. But wherever you are, dissolve on the mat. That is the key word for Shavasana. Dissolve, melt on the floor, soften your feet, your knees, your hips, your abdomen, your shoulders, your chest, the face, and the head. Relax, shoulders down. And I will see you in a few minutes. Enjoy. Gently start bringing the attention back to your body, wiggling the toes and the fingers to awakening other tissues. We're all connected, so these little movements will travel up to your feet, your hands, your legs, your arms. Perhaps extending your arms above your head, flexing your knees, bringing your knees to your chest, being aware of the bolster underneath, rolling onto your right hand side, stopping there for a moment. And keeping your eyes closed, we're going to start coming back to a comfortable seated position. Placing your hands in front of your chest, bowing your head down as a gesture of gratitude. And as I invite you in the beginning, I would love for you to acknowledge everything that you are, everything that you have, everything that you can, everything that you do. Place your attention in all the positive, beautiful things you represent. And embrace that love and that gratitude for yourself. Concentrate in everything and all the beauty in you and everything that you have to give, to share. And keep that sensation for the rest of the evening, for the rest of the day, hopefully for the rest of your days. Thank you very much, all of you, for allowing me to enter your personal space of your practice. Have a lovely evening. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed this class. If so, please let me know by clicking the like button down below and subscribing to this channel. Also, remember to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new video that I post every week. And if you have any request or any comment, any question about yin yoga and functional anatomy, leave me a comment below this video and I will be happy to reply and to create content about it. Thank you so much, and I will see you very soon.